handout, demanding that I pay the money that I work for. At least that's what you say. But what gives you that power? Who died and made you boss? I'm barely getting by today. I can't afford that loss. So if you don't show some legal obligation that I pay, put your hand back in your pocket.
Well, hello there. I'm Hartwell Broussard, and I welcome you to HELP, the program with help and a request for help. The reason help is needed is because America is in distress. If you notice in the background, the American flag is displayed upside down. When a flag is displayed upside down, it is done so as a distress signal. If you wish to confirm that, go to the United States Code, Title 36, Chapter 10, Paragraph 176A. My goal is to help you to understand why America is in distress, and hopefully you will do something to help get us out of this dire situation that we are in. For this program, I will be helping you by showing you Part 6 of the video entitled Police State 2000, released by Alex Jones. But before going into that, I'm wondering if you realize why I'm showing you all of these police state videos. Well, if you don't know, I'll tell you. People, it's about a one-world government that is being formed. That means, if we let it happen, there will be a one-world army, a one-world religion, a one-world court, and a one-world currency. It's all about control. It's all about making you a slave. It's all about taking from you your God-given rights. So I highly encourage you to pay attention to Part 6 of this video entitled Police State 2000.
Well, I think terrorism is being practiced on the residents of the city of Oakland because many of the retired teachers, retired military people have informed me that they understand what's going on, and it's not anything that relates to humanitarian training whatsoever. This is a psychological, as we in the research community say, this is a psyops. They're preparing people for what is coming, not what is being presented today.
So you're saying they're preparing people to accept it with incrementalism?
That is correct. Like the old frog example. You know, you put the frog in the water and you just gradually continue to raise the heat on the water until the frog is cooked. That's the way it works. The problem is that the local people in general just will not take their heads out of the sand. And they don't realize that when the head's in the sand, the other part of the body is totally exposed to problems. And I don't care. If I'm just the only person screaming like the voice in the wilderness, if I'm only the Paul Revere of Oakland, I'm going to tell everyone I can, listen, we have a serious problem.
And it's called a police state.
It's called a police state.
After all the evidence you've seen in the last hour and a half, how could you deny what's going on? Well, if this hasn't convinced you, get ready. Local police in Alameda and Oakland working with the military, the U.S. military, the U.S. Marine Corps and Urban Warrior, as well as foreign troops, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, foreign troops right there on your screen. And having, speaking of screens, computers, satellites, tracking and watching. Meanwhile, the cameras are going up. It's time for us all to realize what's happening here. There you have it, tracking the population. My friends, this is totally unconstitutional, and looking at a historical reference, it is terrifying to see military working with police, then you add in foreign troops, paid actors saying, we're Americans, you can't do this to us. They're conditioning the police, the military, and the public. Think about it. It's clear the American people have been designated the enemy. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's the federal government that is destroying the sovereignty of this nation, the United States of America. It is their problem. They're the crisis. They're the threat. They're the terrorist. And I'm sad to see our military and our police being merged, and to see them changing from peace officers and defenders of the country into thugs and bullies for the bureaucrats and their foreign banker globalist controllers.
Would be a microchip or a monitor that would be placed on each Marine that would monitor their vital signs. You work the same way as the person locator, if you want to call it that, where a doctor or a medic or a foreman could monitor from a safe distance everybody's vital statistics, their blood pressure, their heart rate, their body temperature. Why is that important? The way it works now is when a squad goes on patrol, they'll have a medic with them.
They're expecting resistance, and what they get is CNN with cameras.
That woman lives there. Maybe her children are home sleeping. Saying, hey, they're going in there. I'm going to go in and rescue my kids, right? In the past, that might be interpreted as a hostile act. One of the technologies that work makes you nauseous. In the past, in a situation like that, she might have been shot. In the future, we want to give our Marines non-lethal options where they can say, no, she's not armed, maybe threatening, but I don't want to kill her, or I don't want to kill him, or them. Use your sound wave rifle, I guess you could call it, and down they go.
You guys have heard of the sticky gun?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that. Trying to come up with new stuff now for crowd control, etc. You got a group of civilians that keep trying to break through a barrier. Instead of unloading with a saw into them, you just have a sticky gun. All of a sudden, boom, they can't move. All kinds of things the Marine Corps and the United States military is trying to do to minimize the amount of people that have to be killed.
Yeah, him in prison, huh?
Now you're going to see an execution.
So you can see, she went running there saying, I live here. Oh, but there's a prisoner. Have a hopeless smile. Typical of what you see in an urban environment, people hanging out, doing nothing. And as we know, idle time is the devil's hands. Right? We've been saying people don't have jobs, they don't have a home to go to, or a home that they want to go to, so they just hang out all day long. You have a local religious leader over there in the nun. You have a church right here. You have some Marines conducting an interview over here, it looks like. Right now everything's calm. Everybody seems to be content. But at any minute, this could erupt into a riot.
We were in Oak Knoll for 5 days in Oakland, California. But the footage you're seeing was amateur. You see, the media was taken on a staged tour, and you'll see some of our footage later. This is the guided tours for the public during the exercises. And when the Marines have a problem, or when the police have a problem dealing with the civilians, they call in the backup, and the battle begins. Oh, by the way, I hope you enjoyed seeing the foreign troops earlier, helping keep the Americans under control.
To the large number of people arriving, you will experience a short delay. Please remain calm and cooperate so that we can process you into the camp faster. Attention, attention, attention. Due to the large number of people arriving, you will experience a short delay. Please remain calm and cooperate so that we can process you into the camp faster. Please cooperate with all personnel.
Hey, don't run! Hey? Jergens! Ja! Wat is het? Weet ik niet, zie je dat niet? Is het zo? Ja? Wat? Hey, hou ook het dak in de gaten! Wat? Het dak! Dak! Niet op dak! liggen hier op. Nee, maakt niet uit. Ze moeten voor het dak in de gaten houden daar. Wat jij?
Now watch how they treat this civilian. Boom! They kick him. Get out of there. He scurries past the foreign troops from the Royal Netherlands, and then they, in SWAT team style, stacked up, get ready to raid and kick in the doors. Besides, these people are lazy. They have to be dealt with. You heard the Marine Corps officer earlier, didn't you?
I need to see your commanding officer. I need to see your commanding officer right now.
I'm very glad to see that the humanitarian assistance is going well. When the police can't handle it, they just call in the foreign troops. Everything's okay, working together, speaking English, speaking foreign languages, working with police speaking English.
Hey, otherwise we're going to overwhelm them, you know. Come on, you got it.
Hey, I'm an American. Take care. Let's go. Let's go. Here,
People dying in line.
one more. Back up.
Get the pat down.
She's pregnant. I need to get through. I think without food for this kid that's pregnant.
Processing center.
Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience. Attention, attention, attention. American forces are here to help. Please remain calm. We will not tolerate civil disobedience.
Let's move. Let's move. We're right in the middle of the experiment. Need you to move. Need you to move. Oh, look. I need you guys to move, man. I'm not saying it. Zoom in down there.
Notice the defensive posture, ladies and gentlemen, of the tanks surrounding the camp. We were run off during our staged guided tour. We were told later by internal sources they were staging a defense of the camp. Someone was going to try to free people, and that can't be allowed.
How's it going over at the camp?
Oh, very well. The guys are in a bit exercises now. They do very well.
So the camp situation's going good with the disarmament and things?
Oh, yeah.
Because we saw them over there disarming people. Is that what the exercise is?
Yeah, exercise now, yeah.
Fantastic. Where are you from, sir?
Well, Holland.
Oh, okay.
From the Dutch Marines.
Now, this poor fellow is going to be taken into the mock police station, handcuffed and then transported to the camp for his best interest. Again, he must be a dangerous extremist. I have rights. I have rights, please. I have rights. Staging for a big offensive against the civilians. It's so much fun.
Trash. Turned upside down. Yeah, it's motion. It'll fucking track sniper fire. If a sniper round lands near it, it'll fucking automatically track it.
On the inside, stand by for the helicopter. Yeah, we got 2 helos on inbound, so you got to stay here.
There, sir. Place the cover on the deck of your feet. Move your backpack, please. Place his backpack right next to the cover on, please. Take a step backwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Colonel Love.
Sir, is this where you take the digital photos?
Yes, sir. That's the station that we take digital photos here. I send them straight over to Sergeant Smith, and he processes it, and he puts them on ID cards, sir.
Oh, so the people coming into the camp get ID cards?
Yes, sir.
City of Green. Who's the mayor of Green? It's George Brown.
We have someone purporting to be the mayor of Boolean. Do you know who the mayor of Boolean is?
Jerry Brown.
Can you tell me where you acquired the helmet?
Someone just gave it to me. I just put it on.
Where did they give it to you?
It was laying on the field. Someone just handed it over to me. I was in the run. Where we got on the helicopter.
Well, as usual, the Army officials would not let us view the entire interrogation. As you heard, they told us to get out of there.
You guys know I'll take care of to process the, okay, because they asked us to do it.
Camp, there's a few rules and regulations that you must abide by. One of them, no weapons is allowed upon board the camp. This ID card that you have on your person needs to stay out where we can see you. These are the only means we have to identify you. Okay? If you have family members, we need you to keep your family members together as you are ultimately responsible for them. And if you have any questions out there, please ask one of the Marines. Feel free to ask one of the Marines, and they'll be glad to help you answer any questions you might have.
Can you say that one more time again? I just missed the first part.
If you have any questions, please contact one of the Marines out there, and they'll answer any questions you might have. Okay. Shower hours are going for children from 4 to 6 p.m., for women from 6 to 8 p.m., and for men from 8 to 10 p.m. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. You've been very informative and very courteous. I really appreciate it. No,
thank you much. Does anybody have any questions?
What are the camp rules one more time?
There's a few regulations you must abide by while on this camp. No weapons will be tolerated on the camp, and no disturbances will be tolerated on the camp either.
Do you have some way to quarter or corral these folks?
Yeah, that's another great question. I've got to tell you that in an actual environment, we would work very, very closely with local government. If this was a domestic crisis like an earthquake or a fire, then we would be working very, very close and hand in hand with FEMA and the American Red Cross, for example. And they would be in here helping us, or we would be actually helping them. If we were doing this, let's say in a Somalia or a Bangladesh or some other foreign country that had invited us in, then certainly we would be working with other non-governmental organizations and private organizations, and certainly government organizations.
Internationally, like the United Nations?
Certainly, you bet. We would really be here to provide support to them. Is there a concern that there may be terrorists or someone who might not be welcome in the camp, coming into the camp? Yes, certainly. That's why the first thing we do is we make sure that there are no weapons coming into the camp. Once they get into the camp, they'll come through the processing tent, where we do get some information from them so that we can track other family members. We talk to them, and we would certainly try to identify any known or suspected terrorists and separate them out from the rest of the group. We actually have a place where we would separate them. There are collection points where we would collect enemy prisoners of war, and then they would be evacuated to the rear.
Oh, to a secure facility.
To a secure, sure, we want to protect them too.
Okay, I need to speak with Major Braddock or your security chief. Your security chief Mueller.
Can you find out for him?
I need to get to the town mayor. She's in a meeting.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring those two in. You need an escort for that? Take it. Got it. Yeah.
When are we going to get fed?
Thank you.
We need to get fed. When are we going to get fed? Let us out.
Let us out of here. You can get it off the screen.
Yeah. Can you point out the enemies on the screen?
Yeah, again, here's the red icons are an example of an enemy unit there. And again, we're using Mill Standard 2525 symbology, which is a little bit new to the military right now.
And that's the criminal group?
Well, again, it could be an enemy unit or it could be an unknown unit. It could be just a civilian group. We don't know. Again, it depends on how it's reported, and that's just an example.
So, this is the criminal group. This is the terrorist group. This is a civilian group. This is an infantry unit. Who's the infantry?
Could be an enemy infantry unit, unknown size and type.
Okay.
If I see a group of enemy infantry and I don't know what size and type it is, it's just an unknown enemy unit.
So we've got terrorists, we've got criminal groups, we've got infantry groups, and there's an armored vehicle that the enemy has?
Correct.
Send your IDs ready up to this is in the army. I got 5 kids. I need pampers and diapers and milk.
Okay, these guys have plastic handcuffs available. You see it in the gentleman's mouth right there. He's got a plastic handcuff. These are handcuffs that are used to control dissidents. You see he's turning it into a handcuff by looping one through the other. And they'll be used to put on a person's hands. Basically, this is a place where people are identified. Here's the plastic handcuffs right here.
We're interfering with the exercise at this point, okay?
They won't tolerate civil disobedience. This is a place where they're going to use the plastic handcuffs. Again, you see them right here in the soldiers' hands. This is where people are restrained, identified as possible terrorists.
Let's go, please.
This is a site that we've been warned away from by the people operating this. They don't want us to see people restrained in handcuffs. This is something that they don't want us to be able to video.
I'm not going to bring a foreign officer up and have me insulted. Okay.
Insulting?
Yeah.
Who did I insult?
Well, I'm not saying you did, but you're getting close. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. If you're going to interview me, I'll be more than happy to do
How did I get close? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah. You're asking him. You know what you're doing. So that's all I'm saying.
I was asking about the UN.
Okay. I will get a foreign officer for you, and he was on UN duty.
So a lot of the older people are getting out of the Marines.
Basically, it's all going to a younger type of person.
Oh, they've actually changed.
Well, it's mainly more young people are being involved with the new time of change, or a change of time.
So, guys, is the main assault about to start?
Pretty soon here. Pretty soon.
So they just basically let us see the soft stuff, huh?
Right.
You said right?
Yeah.
So y'all are about to go in and take out the terrorists, huh?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Who are the terrorists? Who's the main complement of terrorist?
What's that?
I mean, basically, we just saw the soft stuff. Y'all are about to go in and do a major assault?
Exactly, yeah. We're going to go.
What you've just seen is part 6 of the video entitled Police State 2000, released by Alex Jones. Please watch for part 7 in a future program. It is time for the American people to wake up and stand up against tyranny. I think that's a quote from Alex Jones. Think about what I just said. Oh, you didn't get it? I'll say it again. It is time for the American people to wake up and stand up against tyranny. A police state equals tyranny, people. In a police state, you will lose all of your God-given rights, including your right to live. Question. Do you feel you have a right to live? Think about that until next time. And until next time, may all your sunsets set right. And may the good Lord bless you both, day and night.
And you're fighting on the wrong side, but you haven't got a prayer. Show me the love. Show me the love. Yeah, your income tax extortion plot